Hey, I'm Kalash, and I make cool stuff. Today, I'm doing something a bit different. A fellow crafter called Terrain Stop asked if I want to do a challenge, and I said yes. We are both making Courage the Cowardly Dog, but in different styles. I'm going for a futuristic, cyberpunkish style, and he chose Vikings. So definitely check his video out as well. I'll leave a link in the description below. I'm starting off by making Eustace's car. It's mostly made out of foam core, but some details are also made out of polymer clay. Here I am working on the engine that's going to be visible on the hood. I don't know much about engines, so I just made something remotely similar. The wheels are also made with polymer clay. Of course, the clay is baked before attaching it to the car. I glued the clay pieces on with hot glue. And I used Quick Seal to fill in any ugly seams or gaps in the foam. I kept making little bits and pieces to add to the car. I should have glued the clay to the car after painting though, it would have been much easier that way. I don't know why I always do this. I keep thinking I'll remember next time, but I never do. Then I made a simple trunk, just like in the show. Glued on the wheels and attached it to the front of the car. I also drew in wood texture and added some more missing details. I wanted the car to look futuristic but still be simple enough to be recognizable. I primed the foam with 3 layers of white glue to smooth the foam a bit. I wanted the lights to actually work, so I made clay circles, stuck them onto tape and added a bit of UV resin. Then added more and put in LEDs. Then I added more clay to shape the lights. You shouldn't bake resin or LEDs, so I carefully blasted the clay with a heat gun until the outside was cured, and then added them to the car. I primed the car black, and took out the front window because there was a spot I couldn't reach and it would bother me for the rest of my life. Since the car is light, it would make more sense to leave it white, but there are a lot of little spots where it would be impossible to paint later. Those will look better with a black base coat because it looks like shadows rather than unpainted bits. I painted the car the same colors that it is in the show, and the clay bits got painted dark gray. I later went over them with silver paint as well. The trunk got a few layers of brownish yellow, and then a lighter yellow dry brush. I also glazed all the metal with a gloss varnish. The lights got soldered with a switch. There was a little accident though, so the car now has some battle damage. I made a foam chair that also gets glued in with hot glue. I reattached the window and also added a front panel with a steering wheel. To make Courage, I put a clay bean onto some wire. At first he looks like Psyduck, but it gets better later. I used to watch a lot of cartoons as a kid, but Courage was my all-time favorite, so I was really excited to make this. I wanted him to look not impressed and bored, so I gave him the appropriate eyes and eyebrows. Then I made sure to add one ear out of frame and not film the other. I added a tiny cigarette in one of his paws because he's a tough guy in this world. Then I baked them so I don't ruin everything when working on the legs. The The legs are going to be enhanced and made out of metal. I added some details, lines, and wires to make them look more robotic. And also gave him a backpack. There isn't much to say about painting, he just got painted the same colors as he is in the show. The legs and backpack got painted a dark gray. And I went over them with silver the same way as on the car. I glued on a tiny bit of cotton to act as cigarette smoke. Glued him on, and that's it. As always, a big thanks to my patrons. Don't forget to check out Terrain Stops video, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!